Welcome to the VL Media Help series. We're going to be continuing today on removing a background off a more complex image. We have another video on our channel that removes it from a relatively simplistic picture, and I'm going to demonstrate how to do this on a more complex image. So we're going to be starting with a blue background here, and if you haven't watched the other video, essentially we would like to remove a background, and I'll explain exactly what it is by showing you. So if we insert a picture into this blue background, in this particular case we're going to be choosing the legs picture. So we have this kind of artsy picture here. We've got somebody relaxing in a car. It looks great, you know, legs are out of the window, but we've got a complex multicolored background here. And so luckily PowerPoint does have this functionality built in, which will allow us to remove the background. So click on the picture, and on your toolbar you should see the remove background button. Now if you don't, you just double click on the picture, which should bring up the toolbar. If not, it's under the picture tools format toolbar just to the far left here. So we're going to go ahead and click on the remove background button. So Microsoft will do a relatively good job at trying to guess, and in this particular case it's given us this suggestion. So whatever's in the purple, it's suggesting that it's going to remove automatically. So the entire picture is not really in frame, so we're going to be modifying this a little bit. Now as I slide the frame over, you're going to notice that Microsoft will continue to recalculate and offer new suggestions. In this particular case, it started to remove a bit of the shoe, which is not exactly what we want. But if you have the liberty and the option to reframe it, every time that you do make a modification to the frame, PowerPoint will readjust. So let's bring this in so that we just have the legs in frame and see what it does. So it does take a few seconds. It's calculating, and in this particular case it did a reasonably good job. However, as you can see, there's a little bit of purple on the soles of the shoes, and there's some missing pieces here that are not purple, and we don't want that edge of the mirror showing on our picture. In addition, there's a bit of a frame of the car. So I'm going to show you how to fix this. This is a little bit more of a complex picture to do. It's not just a white background. So if you zoom in just a little bit, you'll see the artifacts that it missed. So in this case, you see some purple on the sole. So there are additional tools here. There's the mark areas to keep and mark areas to remove. Essentially, these are just pencil tools. So if we want to keep an area, so in other words, if it marked something purple that you want to keep in the image, you would want to select this. So let's go ahead and you just use it like a pencil, and you draw on the area that you want to keep. And of course, if it bends around, you may need to modify it a little bit. And in this particular case, there we go, it did a relatively good job here. So it's going to keep it, calculated the section to keep. Now in this case we will, and you can use larger strokes or smaller strokes, and you just continue to select the areas. In this case it figured out that we do want this entire area, so it did a good job. Now this piece of the mirror, we want to remove that. So we will click on the other tool, which says mark areas to remove, and we'll just try something a little different. We'll cross it this way and see what it does. And there we go. So it did calculate. It said, hey, you know, I think I know what you mean by that. So it actually helped us out in that regard. So let's scroll over to the other side, and we have a bit of a frame here of the car that we don't want. And again, we want to mark the area to remove. We want to remove this area. So again, with the pencil, I'm just going to drag it across that area. And there's a small chance that it may calculate something wrong and say, I'm going to remove more than what you think. And in which case, you can always do Control Z, undo, and get that back. So we will continue and mark all of the areas that you think should be removed to give you a clean picture of the legs. And there we go. So I think we did a reasonably good job here at capturing the legs. Oh, in this case, you can see when it does the recalculation, it re-added a little piece here. So I'm just going to draw right on the white, just so it'll remove that. And of course, it sits there thinking a little bit, and then it does the job for you. So once you're done and you're happy, you can click on Keep Change, and there we have it. Let's zoom back out, and you will see that we have the floating legs here, and the background is completely gone. So this is actually the desired outcome of that picture, and we could reposition this. It gives it a little bit more of a professional feel. In this case, the background shows all the way around, which is perfect. I will show you another effect similar to my other video where you just put something behind, and there you have it. So this actually could be another picture in the background, logo, whatever image that you would like, either in front of or behind. So that's really it. PowerPoint, it's a relatively powerful functionality that it has built in. And it's really useful when you've got a logo or a picture with a background that you do not want, and you want to incorporate it into your PowerPoint presentation. So hopefully this helps, and be sure to check my channel for other help videos in our VL Media Help series, and hope you have a great day. Take care.